Hello, I'm back for another indie brand overview video. This one is for Pretties for Your Face. I have quite a few Pretties for Your Face shadows to share with you. So if you're curious to hear the tea on shipping, see swatches, know my thoughts about the brand, all that good stuff, then go ahead and just keep on watching. So I figured we could start off with swatches. We'll go ahead and start with this one. This is more of like a classic metallic kind of shade. This is Fragile. It's like a nice beige kind of champagne color. Good for a highlight depending on your skin tone or just a lid shade. This one, pretty good. I will say, as I start swatching this next one, which is Sand Dollar, my experience with the Pretties for Your Face shadows are very hit and miss. We'll talk about this more at the end of the video, but as we're going through swatches, I'll point out ones I like and don't like. So this next one is Sand Dollar, like I said. I like this one. It's got a light pink base with a gold shift, pretty classic kind of shade. I find it's really cool on the inner corner. The gold on this is a little limey, like a tiny touch limier than like a normal gold shift, and I like that one. Next, we have Cham Cham. This one is like a pinky coral with like a silver sheen in it. Again, these are all kind of that same, just like metallic kind of formula. They're like a little chunky, but there's not like sparkle in them, like separate sparkle pieces. They're just like naturally a little bit chunky, but there is that one. And then last for this top row is Fame, and this is one I absolutely do not like. It is kind of like a satin to me. It's supposed to be a pink with a green shift, but you can see it's just like not shiny at all. There's really no green shift. I guess on my finger you can like kind of see it a little bit, but in practice it really shows up more like a matte than even a satin, and I'm not a fan of that one. To me, this is the better version of what Fame was trying to be. This is light as a feather. It's got a lighter pink base with that same green shift in it, and you can see that one has much more of a shift. It's not like shiny in the way that these are. There's something different about it. Again, it's almost like a little more satiny looking, but this one is a really good inner corner shade for me and my skin tone. Although it does have a little bit of that pink base, which I am hoping you can see on camera. Next up, we have Jolt. This one is more expensive than their average shadows. I guess I should have been saying the prices, you guys. I'm so sorry. We'll go back and talk about prices after this one. This one is much more textured, which I feel like you can see. It kind of has like, it has a base and then just has a bunch of sparkle in it, like suspended in it. So I'm not sure if you can see, but it does show up a little like, I guess like quote unquote like patchy, because you can see like the base color and then those sparkles on top of it. So when it's not hitting the light, it looks interesting. But this isn't like the only type of shadow like that. Other brands have ones like this. It honestly seems more like a glitter than a shimmer in it. But it's really pretty. It's like a bronzy, leaning a little bit rose gold with a gold sparkle. And then if you have your flash on, you can see a bunch of different like sparkles within it. I have a swatch, an eye swatch of this one, so I'll go ahead and insert that so you can see what it looks like on the eyes. So going over prices really fast before we move on. All of the shades that we've talked about up until Jolt are all $5, and then Jolt is $10. So quite a difference in price. Now, again, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but I definitely recommend buying Pretties for Your Face on sale, but we'll talk more about that here in a little bit. So this next one is, if I remember right, Sunlit. Yes, this is Sunlit. So it's just a nice neutral, I'm not ever really sure what to call colors like this. I guess it's not bronze. It's just like a brown. You know, it's pretty neutral in its color. It doesn't lean too warm or cool. But again, same type of formula to these ones up here at the top. And then this one's kind of fragile. It broke a little bit. This is Asteroid. This is probably one of my favorites. It's kind of got like that classic duochrome shift of like a more brown base, and this one's almost like a little purpley blue in the shift. You can see the sparkles in this one a little bit better than like these, which I feel like are a little bit more just metallic. I'm not sure if you can see the difference on my fingers here. Hopefully you can. I can try to focus it and let's see if that does anything. I don't think that's necessarily doing anything, but hopefully you can see, and maybe you'll be able to tell on my arm, if I can get it in focus, that there's just a little more sparkle in that one. All right, so next up we have Cosmos. This is like almost like a flaky shadow. If you've seen my Copacetic Cosmetics video, this to me texturally is similar to some of the shades from Copacetic. You can maybe see when I swatch it, there is like not a lot of base happening, and it's just a lot of particles. And maybe you can see, and they're all kind of different sizes. There is like, it looks way more purple in the pan than it applies on the arm. But you can kind of see that light purple base, and it kind of has like a silver and a gold sparkle in it. I don't love this one as much. It just wasn't what I expected when I purchased it. I thought it was going to be much more opaque like it is in the pan, but it's interesting. The texture of this one reminds me much more of Jolt, just without any base pigment in it. Okay, so next up, I'm pretty sure this is Solstice. Yep, this is Solstice. This is another one of my favorites. This and Asteroid. And Light as a Feather too. So this is a classic duochrome again. It's like a purple blue duochrome. It looks really nice, very shiny. Again, it has a little more sparkle in it than some of the others, and it just is nice. Next, this is one I don't love as much. This is Violet Vision. This is another one that is like more satiny than it is metallic or shimmery. It reminds me texture-wise a lot of Fame. It does have more of a shift than Fame does. It's that purple gold, but it's not a super strong shift. In comparison to other purple gold shades I have, this is by far the weakest one, and I don't reach for it very often because of that. So next, this one is tied with Fame for my most disappointing Pretties for Your Face shadow. This one is called Stardust, and it's supposed to be one of those like iridescent duochromes, which is like a white and a blue, or like a teal shift. And it does have that, but it is the same texture as this one and Fame up at the top. And you can see on my arm, it mostly is white. There's not a whole lot of shift happening, like absolutely no shine. Like Fame, it more so looks like a matte to me. Kind of a satin, but leaning pretty matte. These two I am planning on decluttering after this video. I've only kept them around to show them to you guys, but I'm pretty disappointed in this one. The next one, though, is one of my favorites. This is And Peggy from their Hamilton little like set that they did. This one is really, really pretty. It's a green, like a light lime green with a gold shift. Very shiny, lots of shift in there. Not as sparkly as like these two, but a really nice metallic, and it does have some sparkle in it, and I just really like that one. Next up is Work. Now, I don't like orange eyeshadow, so I am biased. I mean, it's not that I don't like orange eyeshadow, but orange is my least favorite color. So there is that. I do feel like it doesn't have quite as strong of a shift as And Peggy. It's not quite as shiny either. I'm not sure. I'm like nearing the elbow. I wanted to fit them all on one arm so bad, but I'm not sure if you'll be able to see. It's good. If you like orange eyeshadow, you might like that one. But for me, it's not my absolute favorite, but definitely not when I'm decluttering or anything like that. So these are all of the shades. I'm trying to fit them. There we go. Kind of. There are all of the shades. And yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to wipe my arm off and then we can talk about shipping and my thoughts in general and prices again and all of that stuff. So I did actually at one point have one more Pretties for Your Face shade. I had the shade Zbornak. I'll post it up in the corner. It was one of my favorites. It was a really pretty like taupe color. That was totally on me. I dropped it and it completely shattered, and I have cats, so when that happens, most of the time I'm like, they're done. You know, I don't want to like pick out cat hair or put cat hair on my eyes or anything, so I typically just throw out shades that shatter, unfortunately. But it was a really beautiful one. So let's talk about just the brand. Pretties for Your Face has a ton of affiliates. I feel like when I first got on Instagram, I saw this brand everywhere, and I was like, oh wow, this must be like a really good brand. Everyone's talking about it. But I soon realized that most of the people that I saw talking about Pretties for Your Face had affiliate codes, which there's nothing wrong with affiliate codes. I use affiliate codes when I check out because, like, why wouldn't you? You know, it's money off. But I do think that there's something to be said about the fact that sometimes when people have affiliate codes, they can push those because they make a profit off of them, not necessarily because the product is like amazing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can see it both ways, you know? But like I said, there's nothing wrong with affiliate codes. But Pretties for Your Face does 50% off sales very, very frequently. Like I would say once every 2 or 3 months they do a sale like that, and their affiliate codes stack. So you can get their shadows for 70% off. So this is a brand I would never, ever pay full price for Pretties for Your Face, just because I know that I would kick myself and be like, why did I do that when next month there's a sale, you know, where I could have gotten all of these 70% off. Not only that, but to be honest, I don't really feel like the quality is $5 and especially $10 quality. That's just my personal opinion. I do know that some people genuinely like Pretties for Your Face. I find that their shadows, one, are inconsistent in the formula. You know, some of them you saw on my arm, like as I was swatching it, some of them just aren't shiny, and they're not described as anything different on the website. It just is a discrepancy in the formula. Another thing is they are very, very dry. I don't prefer that. You might have seen, if you saw my copacetic video, you know, I thought the copacetic shadows are dry. These are way more dry. They're kind of crumbly. They take a little bit to like smooth out. They do smooth out, you know, but they're just a little dry, and that's just not my preference. So honestly, given how cheap these are with the 70% off, they're pretty similar in price to Luxie, a little bit cheaper, and they do have a lot of color options, but I definitely prefer Luxie as like my affordable single shadow brand over Pretties for Your Face. But I do have some that I really like. Mostly these three right here are the ones that are my favorite, but these two are also really pretty as well. So I also purchased a lip balm and a like lip scrub set. I don't have that to show to you because I've used both of those products. If you want to see the lip balm, I had it back in my ranking my lip balm video a long time ago, so you can go check it out there. They were both blue raspberry scented. The sugar scrub was a little small. It came in like a pretty small tube. The texture of it was pretty similar to the Lush lip scrub, But the Lush lip scrub had a lot more product, and so I prefer the Lush. The lip balm was pretty much just a standard lip balm. It had a good scent. It wasn't the most hydrating thing in the world, but it wasn't like dehydrating like I find some lip balms can be. It was fine, you know? And that's kind of like my sentiments about the brand overall. It's fine. Obviously, I have a lot of shades. I've made 2 separate orders. I bought a few, and then they did another 70% off sale, and I was like, whoa, 70% off? You can't say no to that. So I picked up a few more, and like I said, I'm decluttering a few, but the rest of them are staying in my collection, and I do use them. It's just not a brand that at this point I feel like I'm seeking out and looking to add more things in my collection. But like I said, I know some people really do like Pretties for Your Face. I just am not one of the super fans, you know? One other thing is it took a while for these to get here to me, which they are fully transparent about on their website. I bought during sales both times, so that affects the shipping time, you know? They're busier during their sales. But it did take about a month to get to me. So I placed my first order on June 6th and I got it on June 24th. My other order I placed on October 2nd and I got on October 22nd. So pretty similar shipping times with both orders. I will say I've had a pretty hard time figuring out how much it cost to ship the shadows. When I went back and looked at the emails I had gotten confirming my order, it showed the total price, but it didn't have things broken down. So I'm not 100% sure. It's been about, like 10 months since I placed my last order. So maybe not 10 months. I can't do the math right now off the fly, but it's been a while. October, you know? So I don't remember how much shipping is off the top of my head. I don't remember it being like completely ridiculous or anything. If you don't know, I'm based in the US and Pretties for Your Face is also based in the US. So if I remember right, it was pretty average shipping, but don't quote me on that because I totally could not find that information in my confirmation emails. But I think that's it. I think we've kind of gone over all that I can offer about the brand. If you're going to buy when they're on sale, use an affiliate code to stack. Be wary because there are a lot of people with affiliate codes that push Pretties for Your Face. They're fine. They're not amazing, but that's just my opinion. Do be careful and make sure you look up swatches before you buy these shadows because, again, in practice, some of them aren't the same type of formula and they can be hit and miss. So that summarizes my thoughts. I hope that this was helpful for you. If you've tried Pretties for Your Face, let me know in the comments down below. Let's hear your favorite shades, total dud shades, whether or not you just overall enjoy the brand, all that good stuff. If you have an affiliate code, you can leave it down below. Maybe if someone wants to check out the brand, they can use your code and get some extra money off. Because again, we all love that. So until I see you next time, I hope that you stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye!